doubling and doubling. And the fact is that this year in September, even though we've seen the cutters and the miners raising their prices, we're going to see price increases on fancy yellow flawlesses by 35% in September. It's now August. By September, if you were to buy a diamond today in the 20,000 range, that diamond is going to be $27,000 in September. You'd be in profits on your diamond already. But you don't want to make short-term moves in diamonds. You want to hold diamonds for the longer term, because for retirement, they're one of the best investments you can make. They never ever go down in value, and there's no volatility to the downside. And to try to get a flawless yellow diamond today of high quality, they're very, very difficult to get. That's where I put most of my money, is into the diamond market. Most of my clients own flawless diamonds and Argyle pink diamonds put away for their future. And it's never been more important than it is right now, because there's countries going bankrupt and currency is not going to be here soon. You're going to find that in Europe, it's quite possible in the next year to 2 years that the euro could be totally gone. And again, what's going to happen with the U.S. dollar as it plummets down to nothing, because they keep on printing more and more and more money to keep on trying to get out of trouble. So gold and silver have done tremendously well. Rare colored diamonds have done tremendously well. And again, in my opinion, one of the best investments you could make. They're portable and private. If you ever had to cross a border or leave the country or start all over again, it's the only asset you could do that with. 10 years ago, that probably wasn't all that important, because we weren't in the trouble that we're in right now. 10 years ago was only starting. But now you've got massive, massive problems worldwide financially, and again, there's only very few assets that will do very well. What we need to do is protect our money right now. If we're right in the market, which fortunately we have been, we've been able to accumulate profits. Over the last 10 years, most of my clients have done tremendously well. You could have bought 10,000 ounces of silver physically 10 years ago for $40,000. Now it's worth $400,000. Again, our diamonds double at least every 4 years in price. But now we're heading into the highest inflationary times that we're probably ever going to see. We've got 5 years to make a lot of money in gold, silver, and diamonds. And again, if you're not in the markets at this particular point, if you've been listening to our show for a long time and have just never come into the markets with us and pulled the trigger, now is the time to do so. You've got an opportunity to buy a fancy yellow, fancy intense, or fancy vivid flawless diamond right now, and in a month from now, those diamonds are all going to be up by 35%. In fact, back in 1979 and 80, these diamonds went up every single quarter. So if you were to buy a diamond today, let's say for $20,000, a yellow flawless, and we get the same move as we saw back in 79 and 80, you're going to have back $100,000 on your $20,000 invested. That's what we saw back in 1979 and 80, and that's what we're starting to see right now. Now, we're just starting to see again that these markets are going to start to take on a life of their own. They're going to start to trade aggressively. So now is the time to get in. Number one, well, the prices are still reasonable, but again, these diamonds are going to go up and up and up like they did back during the high inflationary times, and we're just heading into those times again. So you couldn't pick a better opportunity than to own a flawless yellow diamond. The other diamonds that you want to own are the Argyle pink diamonds. We specialize in those. In fact, I sell probably half of the pink diamonds in the world, and most of those diamonds, and just so you know, the yellow flawless diamonds, all the yellow flawlesses are sitting in Canada with our clients privately put away in safety deposit boxes until we decide to sell them when the time is right. Again, we're creating shortages in the market because my clients are buying these diamonds, and there's very, very few that exist. Again, there's a lot of yellow diamonds around that are flawed. We just don't deal in them. They do not go up as much as a flawless diamond, and it's like anything else in life. When you buy the very best, you always get the most back for it. The other thing is that we deliver these diamonds directly to you. You own them outright. We ship them to you. Most of our clients put them in their safety deposit boxes or put them into beautiful pieces of jewelry. We keep in very close touch with you. We send you our newsletters each week. We send you our auction results. And when the time comes to sell the diamond, we will sell the diamond for you on our auction business. So again, we're the only company that has that. We have a live auction business that will be starting in late October that has never, ever been built before. It's the only live online auction, and it's built for our clients to sell their diamonds. Now, obviously, at this point, point here. We're heading into the biggest bull market in diamonds we've ever seen. Nobody's selling at this point. So basically, we have diamonds coming up that I've had put away for the last decade that I will be offering on our auction site and giving our clients and listeners an opportunity to get involved in the diamond market that way also. Right now, you want to own yellow flawless diamonds, and the featured diamond that we have put away, that we put up on Rare Color Diamonds and in the newsletter this week, is actually one of the most beautiful diamonds you'll ever see in your lifetime. It's spectacular. Round diamonds in white diamonds are the most common. In colored diamonds, they're the rarest and can be double the price of any other diamond. So one lucky individual will end up with that diamond this week, and it's over-the-top spectacular. The other amazing opportunity to invest in diamonds is in pink diamonds. The Argyle mine in Western Australia produces 90%, 95% of the world's pink diamonds. It's a very, very small number. It's about 200 carats a year. It's a tiny little marketplace. But the fact is that these are the most beautiful pink diamonds that you could ever possibly imagine. Our clients that own these diamonds are just absolutely in love with them. Now, they're smaller diamonds. The biggest diamond that came out of the mine last year was over 2 carats, and it sold for $3.5 million. Most of the diamonds that we carry, the Argyle Pinks, 95% of them are under a quarter or a carat, but don't let that concern you because, again, they're the most sought-after diamonds. And the fact is that with these magnificent little Argyles, we've now decided to place them and set them into the most beautiful pieces of jewelry that you could ever possibly imagine. And it does nothing but raise the prices of these diamonds substantially. In fact, I want to congratulate all of our clients that bought Argyle Pinks over the last 2 years and had made them into these magnificent rings. The rings that we make, they're called the Argyle Dream Collection. We're the only company that has it. They will absolutely take your breath away. They're handmade masterpieces. And because they're made of platinum and fine diamonds, the ring itself has gone up so substantially in the last 2 years. In fact, the little pink diamonds that surround our pink diamonds have gone up 1,000% in 1 year. So again, we've been making these masterpiece rings, and they are spectacular, and it just adds to the value of the diamonds. And when these diamonds go to auction in these spectacular settings, they just go for a literal fortune. If you've seen the auction results that we published before, you'll see that most of the diamonds that are sold at auction are sold in jewelry, and they just go for an absolute fortune. We're heading into the most unbelievable times that we've ever seen. We're seeing the U.S. going bankrupt. They can't pay their debts. We're seeing several countries in Europe going under. We're going to see currencies go under. And again, over the next 5 years, if we stick to the way that we're going, if we stick with our hard assets in gold, silver, and diamonds, again, 90% of the money is made by 10% of the people. We're in that 10%. And again, I'm very proud of our listeners because it's very difficult to hear a voice on a radio and decide to change the way that you invest. But so many of our clients have done that. And again, I think that every single client we have at this point is in profits either in metals or in diamonds. So again, I'm very pleased with our recommendations, but if you're pleased with what you've seen before, it's nothing compared to what's going to happen in the next 5 years. If you've been listening to our show, as many have, for 10 years, 8 years, 5 years, whatever, and you've not taken our advice at all, you should very strongly look at getting into silver at this point while the prices are still affordable, and definitely get something into a diamond. Number one, for retirement purposes, our diamonds do probably better than any investment that you're going to make. They do not go down. They're not paper assets. You own them outright. And God forbid you ever need to start all over again or to cross a border or whatever, you cannot cross a border with more than $10,000 in cash, gold, stocks, or anything like that. But again, a diamond on your wife's finger or in your pocket, you can go anywhere with. And how many times I've crossed borders with my wife wearing a $600,000-$700 diamond, and nobody's even noticed the difference. So again, these are extremely difficult times. If you don't know what you're doing, they're very confusing. People are not sleeping at night, especially after this week when the Dow Jones and the TSX dropped as much as it did. However, our diamonds are going up by 35% in September. Go on our website, rarecolorediamonds.com. Look at our selection of yellow flawless and Argyle pink diamonds. And again, do yourself a very strong financial favor and get yourself into the diamond market while you still can. These prices are going up substantially, and you may be saying to yourself, who in the world is going to buy my diamond when it hits $100,000? You know, I had the same question asked to me back in 1980 when the diamonds were 500, and I was saying that they were going to go to 2,000 to 3,000. And our clients would say at that point, well, who's going to buy my diamond worth $2,000 to $3,000, 300 to 400% higher than where I bought it? Well, now they're up to $20,000, and they're almost impossible to get, and people wait to get them. So, again, we've given you great advice over the years. All we want, Randy and I, is for our Canadian clients and listeners to get through these difficult times and to prosper. And basically, the way that I see the world economy happening, I see a repeat of 79 and 80, except on steroids. I think that we're going to see prices in precious metals and diamonds that nobody ever dreamed possible. And the other thing that's going to happen, and there's no doubt about this, is that interest rates are going up. They're going up in China. They're going up in Canada. The only place they're not going up is in the United States because they're so afraid to raise interest rates because they're so concerned about hurting the housing market, which is destroyed, and the stock market, which is plummeting. So basically at this point, again, stay out of the paper asset market. You need to be in the diamond market and in the gold market, and you don't want to be heavily leveraged. If you're heavily leveraged in metals, you're going to lose your money because of the volatility. If you're sitting there the way you should be with physical gold and silver, again, you're going to see moves in these markets that absolutely defy description. And if you don't heavily leverage your position, you're going to be in it for the long run. You do not want to be out of this market at any time because, again, you're seeing $2 to $3 moves in silver in a day now. You're seeing $50 and $60 moves in gold, and we're going to see a 35% increase in the price of diamonds within the next month. Go on our website, Rare Colored Diamonds. It's probably one of the most important investments you'll ever make in your lifetime. And let's face it, for those of you that get your statements on your stock accounts every single month and you shred them because they depress you, that will never, ever happen with a diamond. If you want to put a smile on your wife's face, give her one of our beautiful diamonds. Let her enjoy wearing it for the next 10 years, and then we'll sell that diamond for you at auction, and there's your financial future. The other thing that's going to happen is that interest rates over the next 5 years are going to go up to at least 20-25%. Our game plan is to make money, substantial money in the next 5 years, and then put that money safely away at 20% and really not have to worry about volatility all anymore. Again, we're heading into very confusing and difficult times, but again, if you're a regular listener to the radio show, what's coming up should not be a shock to you. We've talked about this for 10 years with a major emphasis over the last 2 years on the debts in Europe and in the United States, and now it's all happening right in front of your very eyes. Do yourself a very strong favor and get yourself into the right markets so you can not only prosper, but again, solidify your financial future by doing the right thing at this point. Look at our rare colored diamonds, the yellow flawlesses, fancy yellow, fancy intense, and fancy vivid. Look at the featured diamonds. Somebody's going to end up with one of the most beautiful diamonds they've ever seen this week. And again, we're going to see a 35% increase within a month. Now's the time to get into that market.
Harold's website, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. The telephone number to speak with him, 1-800-432-1022, 1-800-432-1022, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. Go to the featured diamond section of his website or our newsletter, and you can see a stunning 2.79 carat round, brilliant, fancy, yellow, internally flawless diamond. It's stunning. Speak with Harold about it. And if you'd like to receive our free weekly newsletter, you can speak with Harold. He'll be happy to send it out to you via email free of charge every week. RareColoredDiamonds.com, and as well the telephone number 1-800-432-1022. On the precious metal side of things, there's only one company that Harold recommends you use. They are a Canadian company, been in business for over 10 years, the entire time of the bull run in precious metals. They specialize in this market. That's all they do. They've been through all the ups and downs. The telephone number to speak with Worldwide Precious Metals is 1-866-623-2002, 1-866-623-2002. The website is wwpmc.com, wwpmc.com. On the gold side of things, Richard Russell came out this week and said he sees a short-term price objective of $1,880 on gold. Also coming out this week, it was interesting, the CEO of Goldcorp, Chuck Jenes, said that they actually believe China, the gold demand there, will surpass India this year. You heard right. Great article from John Carney. and it's called Gold is Laughing at Us. It was a great read, and that's why I put it in the newsletter. He said within the newsletter, as a percentage of assets, gold ownership remains negligible vis-a-vis assets such as equity and bonds. Ownership of gold is likely to be less than 2% of global investable assets. This is in a market. This is a marked contrast to the end of gold's last bull market, when gold and gold stocks accounted for over 20% of global assets. Gold remains